Good day everyone, my name is MK Stan Creative. This is the continuation of our last video. In the last video we are able to see the elements that we can find in the head section of our web page. So in this video we're going to be focusing on the body section, and we're going to see the elements that can help us to do some various things. So here we're going to be talking about the text. Let's see the elements that is going to help us to put up some text on our web page. So I'm going to go ahead and create a file here. I'll call it text.html. hit enter. Then I'm going to collapse this bar so that I'll have a lot of space. So I'm going to go ahead and press my shift exclamation mark. I will hit enter and it will create this basic page structure for me. Then I'll go ahead and rename this. This is introduction to text. So here I'm going to go ahead and create the first text. So we'll have the header element that enables us to put up some headings on our web page. The header element ranges from H1 to H6. So we're going to go ahead and see how to use them. So first of all, I'll call my H1, then I'll say hello world, then I'll call my, so if I run this on my live server, open with live server, if I run it on my live server, I'll be having this. So this is my H1. So let's go ahead and see other header elements here. I'll have my H2. I'll put up hello world. So this is my H2. Then I'll have H3. I'll have hello world. So I have my H4. I'll say hello world too. Then I'll have H5. I'll say hello world. Then I'll have my last one, which is my H6. I'll have hello world. So you see that the header element, it ranges from what, as the number is increasing, the font sizes is also decreasing. So this ranges from H1 to what, to H6. So let's go ahead and see other elements that will enable us to put up some text. So we'll have the legend. The legend can put up hello world here too. You can actually use any dummy text you want if you don't want to use hello world, but I guess this is just preferable for me. So I have the pre-tag. Okay, then I have the p-tag. The p-tag, I'll use the dummy text. If I press, I'll use the dummy text lorem here. Then I'm having an overflow here. So for me to remove this overflow, I'm going to press alternate Z, so that it's going to remove the overflow for me, and I'll have this. So if you watch these elements, that we've been stating here, you see that they're actually taking the full width of the browser. If you look at the H1, it ranges from this place, from the end of this browser to the end. It is end to end. So this is actually called the display property of this element are block elements. So these are actually the text block elements. These are text block elements. These are block elements for text. So we'll have other so let's look at the inline elements for text too. So I'll just put up a text and I'll put inline elements. So I'm going to comment it out. So here I'll have, okay, we can actually, lest we forget, we'll have what we call the block quote. Can actually use the block quote here. Okay, then I'll just use this and say this is my first block quote. Right, so you see the block quote is also a block element here. So let's look at the inline elements. The inline elements, I'll have the spine, let me see, hello world. I'll use, let me call the label. Label takes an attribute for, but we're neglecting that for now. Call hello world. So you see the difference between the block element and the inline element here. So the block element is actually taking the full width of the browser here, while the inline element is actually taking just the required space they want according to the content inside them. So I'll go ahead and list other inline elements. We'll have the site. I call hello world. Okay, then I'll call the bold tag is an inline element. Call the bold tag. I'll call the italics tag. Then I have the quote. I have the quote. I also have the strong. I have the strong. I have the small. I have the small. I have the small. I have the big. I have the big. I have the sub. I have the superscript. Then I have the code. See that these elements are actually taking the required space they want. I have the day, that is the delete. I have the ins tag. The ins tag. Okay, I have the abbrev tag, the abbreviation tag. So let's say it's my abbreviation tag. So these are the few text inline elements we'll have. So you can go ahead and use these inline elements and combine them with these block elements in our text formatting. So let's go ahead. So we can actually combine the inline element and the block element. We can actually use it and do a text formatting. So let's go ahead and see what that is all about. So I'm going to put up a note here and say text formatting. Let's format our text using the block element and the inline element right now. So I'll choose to use the p tag. So I'll say this is I'll use the bold first. If I use bold, I'll say this is my bold tag. So if you watch here, it says this is my bold tag, and this text that is inside the bold element is actually bold. So here I'm going to call my p tag again here. All right, I'll say this is my, okay, let me call the strong. I'll say this is my strong let me just use strong tag here. Say that the strong is actually strong. So this is mine. I'll use the italics here, the I tag. I'll just put up italics tag. Okay. Alright, if you watch here, the text are actually being formatted. So let's go ahead and see other text formatting. I'll say this is I'll use the emphasis tag. Okay, we didn't actually mention it there, so skip that. I'll use it here. I'll say this is, let me remove this, make a complete sentence. Say this is I'll say emphasized tag. So let's see what emphasized tag is all about. See, this is an emphasized, this is an emphasized text. Let me just use text here. Okay, this is an emphasized text. So let's see how to use the mark. So this text. Okay, let me call the mark. I'll call the mark here. This text is marked. So let's see the marked text. So you see the emphasis is on the mark. This text is marked. So I'm going to go ahead and call my P again. Okay. So this is, let me see the code. This is a computer code. Alright, so this is how to combine them. You see, this is the computer code. Yeah, so I'll call computer code. Okay, this is let's see how to use the del. This is a deleted text. So let's see what deleted text is all about. Okay, you see, this is a deleted text. Let's see how to use the subscript and the superscript. So I'll call h1. Let me call h and the sub. I want to write the formula of water. So formula of water is H2O. So you see, I have water here, so I can still write H1 again. I want to write oxygen, so I'll use the superscript. Okay, so soup, so sub. So yeah, formula of oxygen is H2O. So let's see, we'll have H2O here. Let me remove the space here. Okay, all right, so these are the few text formatting we can do in this video. So we'll have a whole lot of text elements, but we'll have a whole lot of text elements, but I think that these are the few that you actually need to get started with writing HTML. So I'm going to see you on the next video, where we're going to talk about how to use the list, how to list out items on our web page. So see you on the next video. Thank you.